going to start recording now. And
Let's
let
go.
us... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, let's go.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
I said let's go.
All good. All good. So I want to talk about the jelly quick hop. I feel like some people don't realize that if the jelly gets in the way, it's good to do 2 slashes, and you can see that the fireball is not going to hit me that way. So your choices should be 0 or 2. And that's about where the fireball ends if you don't slash. It's like right on the bridge. And the main thing about this room is you want to get really high. And then you're going to dodge the turtles. So that's the goal I wanted to emphasize. And then so
But
I
you still
switched
dodge it
yeah,
from under them.
dodge which?
The
Fireball?
Turtles.
Yeah, you should be underneath them. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you want to go as high as you can and then hold right, and then you switch to an upright, and that will allow you to do the quick hop. So you'll be facing right the whole time. I'm doing a bad job and don't have your streams open. Hold on.
I didn't do 2 slashes, that's why.
So I will let you know. It's technically possible to do it with 1 slash, but you have to be like really clean with it to dodge the fireball. There's a very good chance you're gonna get hit by the fireball. So that's why 0 or 2 seems to be the best. I could tell you what time I get if you want to compare. Alright, so 2 I got a 6 flat. And 527 I got without the slashes, which sounds about right. A sword slash is about a quarter second, so I would expect it to be a difference of a half a second. So 530 and then 6 flat sounds like the 2 goals you should be going for. So, Gab, I want you to go a little bit higher and closer to the turtles, and then switch to a right. Yes, a little bit more like that. Just a little bit lower than that, but that's what I want you to aim for, more of that. Just a little bit lower. That's good. If you want to aim a little bit lower than that, so you're not like right perfectly frame perfect with the turtles, that's fine. But the one that looks really good. And you should be able to get it. Yeah, you should be able to do 1 A-tap. You're just hitting it a little bit too early, so that's where you're getting that dust.
If you get the bad RNG where he goes electric immediately and right in your way, do you just cry and wait for it to finish?
It is very rare for him to do that, so I think it's worth going for it. But yes, it is possible for him to spark. When I feel like I move cleanly through this room, I don't feel he sparks at all. So I think that you generally have made a slowness mistake of not going as high to the turtles, or not. I feel like the timing of when he sparks has to do with when you enter the room, and I can't think the last time he knocked me out of it because of a spark. That looks a lot better, Gab. At least to the height of the turtles.
Come on.
There you go, Gab. That was a really good one. 543, nice. That looks pretty clean. Yeah,
that's when I...
That was a double slash, yeah. You're getting the quick hop now. I don't see any dust, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately a little too high. Nice, 535. Nice BDI.
Man, I was getting 530 earlier. 446.
Yeah, so you can't quick hop when you're facing up with Link, and that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. That looked like a clean one. He did do a little bit of dust on the ground, but that looked pretty
Yeah.
clean at the turtles, at least. Surprised your save file, BDI, has you not have beams. That's kind of weird.
Not have.
Yeah, you only have
538.
6. 7.
I loaded a. Well, I went through the key. I think I messed around in like
Oh,
the.
gotcha. It's all good. I mean, obviously,
in the
beams is not
entrance.
that important now. I saw that 538 gap. Very nice. That looked perfect. Yeah, 612. Very good.
I haven't watched the video yet because I've just woken up. But do you talk about bomb rate in the video? Is that something I just need to watch when I get the time to watch it? Or?
Which bomb were you talking about? The one towards the small key on the left side?
Like just how many you need per room and things like that?
I think you generally are leaving pod with 6 bombs. So you're going to be using 2. So you start with 1 going into Hera if you don't get Saha, obviously. But if you get Saha, then you're going to have an additional 3 bombs. So I can do the math for you. You get 1 bomb on the left side. You go through the front 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get 4 out of that pot. You get 1 next to the hammer jump, and then you get 2 more with the sexy statues. So 3, 7. You end up getting 8 bombs in pod, but you have to use 2. And I believe that puts you at 6. That sounds right to me.
Sounds about right, yeah. I think in my runs I've been getting through 1 lobby transition, getting both of them just to.
I'll be honest with you, it's not bad.
Royally
what you
mess
could do
anything
is
up.
get the Thieves Town one. There's one before you go to the very basement. They call it the toilet bowl room because the conveyor belts are like in a circle. In the top left corner, I'll show you that there's a pot that you can grab a bomb there, and that usually puts you at a more comfier place if you don't get the bomb drop. So I bet you if you get that one, you'll feel a lot better.
And where do I lose those frames?
Let me watch you, Gab. You're gonna go right out of the turtles. There you go. Oh, that's the one. That's 1/, yeah. We're either doing 0 or 2.
Come on.
That was
538.
good. There you go. I think it comes
Oh,
down to
540.
getting a clean upright and getting the quick hop on the first frame you press A. That's when you're by the ledge. I think that's the difference for you. Nice.
You vest.
Yeah, that little bit of dust is gonna cost you, unfortunately. There you go.
538.
538. Nice.
All right.
We ready for the next room?
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. I like to go over this room to try to get people to be a little bit aggressive on the bomb throw. We're going to do the main hub big key. So what I do on this screen is I menu to bombs right here when I press left. And unfortunately, this jelly is being annoying. And I'll show you how to deal with that on a different screen. But I place the bomb here and I chuck it right about here, just a little bit higher than the railing. And then I stand right onto this tile here. And the trick is that if you place the bomb as low as possible, but it blows it up, you will fall straight down and don't have that ledge tilt off of it. And that is going to get you through it. So I'm going to switch to bomb here, hold left out of that, bomb, pick up, throw, and drop. And that was a 948 for me. If the jelly gets in the way, my advice is to actually beam him and place the bomb a lot later. It's really annoying to have to try to go around him. You could try and just place the bomb like another 2 tiles to the left to go around him to the left, but it's going to mess with a lot of timing. That was a good throw, BDI. Nice. There you go, Gab. Very nice.
Not get hit by the hammers.
So when do you drop the bomb?
I dropped the bomb. There.
There, okay. It's still weird to menu here.
I think so too, but I think it helps you be greedy and try to get as close to the turtles as possible. So what I'm doing is out of pressing start, I'm holding left. So that way I get a direct left walk right out of it.
Yeah, it's just that I don't pause there. So
No, I understand.
my muscle
you're
memory
adding the
is
muscles. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I encourage you to try to find a good place to menu for any of these and use this to your advantage. And so, like when you're going to desert, right, you have some decision of where you want to menu to book. What can you use to your advantage? A lot of people use that water part of cutting through the bush and going down to avoid the water. You know, basically heading towards the dam just below Link's house. But if there's a different place that you prefer to menu, then go for it. But I encourage you to think about all of your menus and say, do I have to menu in the room I'm doing right now? Can I use this menu to practice something? I think this is a very good room to practice and just get some muscle memory. Because I definitely can see some people losing some time here.
What you were talking about getting a floor, I don't remember something if you don't
So I was
place the bomb
saying
at
is you
the-
want to make sure the bomb is as low as possible to blow up the floor. So that way
Yeah.
you can stand on the full tile that is like the top of the bombable floor and go straight down. If you stand waiting too high, you'll like have that slip off the edge, and that's what I was recommending.
Yeah,
Try to avoid.
Okay.
And I mean it when I say this. We're talking about a few frames, but if it's something you can practice, that was
Like this.
perfectly straight down. Yep, you did not lean on that top edge at all.
Okay.
There you go. That's a clean fall. Yeah. In that situation, BDI, I'd let the bomb explode and then go over it afterwards. It's better to keep your health if you can, if something goes wrong like that.
Yep.
You're probably just, it's practice. So you're trying some sweaty stuff to see if you can squeeze by it. So I'm okay with that. But as long as you recognize in a real run, backing away and making sure you don't get hit is definitely better. Nice, Gab. Good. I'm glad you guys got this. Yeah, I think if you just took one step higher, BDI, you would have been fine, unfortunately. All right. Should we talk hammer jump? How do you guys feel about your hammer jumps? Are you guys mostly pause buffering to get the lineups?
Who's buffering?
Yeah, start buffering. I can slash buffer the end if...
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, for this one, I prefer pause buffering because I'd like to land it first without doing the second bomb. And so I need to pause buffer the whole thing now if I'm doing both
If
bombs.
you're doing 2 bombs, okay. Gab,
I'm
do
just
you
doing
use
one
1 or
bomb.
2 bombs?
Just one bomb.
One
I
bomb?
pause buffer, except for the last bit. If I am 1 pixel too high, I will slash buffer it.
Okay. So, what I always was encouraging, even in my practice, was to actually stand in the room before the hammer jump and just practice buffering 1 down with the pauses. And try to do that like 4 times or 5 times in a row. When I come back to speedrunning, this is one of the first things I do to practice. I want to feel comfortable moving 1 down at a time. Because that way, when the time's a ticking and the floor is starting to break and stuff, and I will feel very comfortable with it. And just to remind you guys, if you were to do up and pause, you do not go 1 pixel. You go 2 because that is how Link is built. So you have 2 choices if you are off by 1 up. You either can go up to go 2 and then go down to go 1. So that way the math works out. Or you try to buffer an up right diagonal or an up left diagonal. And then Link will go up 1 and right 1, or up 1 and left 1. It is harder, but it is definitely possible to buffer diagonals as well. And I highly encourage practicing it, and it's okay if you don't want to do it today, or, but I would say make this like a project to be getting these diagonals as best you can. I'm not even hitting them at the moment, but it depends on your controller of where the inputs are. If it's a little more sensitive to go up or right, and you kind of have to find what's going to work for you. But that's what I at least encourage for that. But down you should be able to do 1 frame at a time. Definitely. And once I do that practice for 2 minutes, then I go and try to tackle the bomb jump. Then I try to do that pixel perfect movement that I can. I hope you're using the menu to bomb and the menu to mirror. Well, actually, if you're going to use 1 bomb, never mind. Just only use the menu to bomb. Because you're not doing 2 bombs. So I encourage the first menu when you go to land on the floor is to switch to bomb. And then fix it afterwards.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, nice. So Gab, what I want you to try to do with the very first menu that you're trying to line up, switch to bomb on that one, and then continue with what you're doing.
Like switch bomb here?
Yeah, switch bomb there on the first pause. That is going to save you a menu. And then, continue with what you're doing of trying to pause. That will save you a menu, I promise you. BDI, make sure you go and kiss the bomb. You don't want to stand too far away from it when it explodes.
Oh.
I'd be a little concerned as well for you, Gab. Once you place the bomb and then get onto the pixel, press right so you're facing the bomb and make sure you're touching it. It'll ensure more often that you will get what you need. It's okay, Gab. It's okay, Gab. We've all been there.
At least it's not a run.
Exactly.
I'm not at the right place. I moved.
That's okay. I know you're trying to get a little bit quicker.
Oh, I
It's all
forgot to
good.
mirror.
It's
I
okay.
always forget that.
But you're right. If you do the double bomb, then the second placement that you're trying to next go to the bomb, you're right. You should menu to mirror as well. And effectively, if you can, do it in 2 menus. There won't be a wasted menu if you use 2 bombs. Gab, are you interested in trying to learn 2 bombs, or you think you're good with sticking with bombs?
Yeah, let's learn 2 bombs.
Okay. So, I've seen a couple different methods of doing this. What I've seen people do is after they line up to face right to place the bomb, they actually place 2 bombs right on top of each other, and the game knows to pick up the second bomb. I'm always like nervous about it, and I haven't really experimented with it, but when I watch other people do it, they just plop 2 bombs down, and then they grab one, they walk up, I don't know, a tile and a half, and then they throw it to the left, and then they move down. And now that you're doing 2 bombs, I encourage that first menu as you're doing the bomb lineup is to switch back to mirror.
So now I get the bomb.
Nice.
Come on.
There you go, BDI.
Only took 5 menus.
Listen, it's how it starts, and the only way you get better at it is you keep doing it.
Oh!
Now I can let you know,
Well-
BDI, you can actually use the first bomb to be the one that pushes you over, and the second bomb to throw against the wall. Just to let you know, so you can save a little bit of time there.
And if I went up one too far, I did.
Yeah, you did. That's okay. It's close.
Got
Nice.
it!
Nice, BDI. I'm sorry, Gab. Nice, Gab. Just remember, you can use that mirror. You can use that menu at the end when you're
Yeah.
lining it up to go back to mirror. But I know you're trying to break it down into small pieces, but just wanted to.
That's the
remind you.
first time I do it.
Exactly.
Like,
No, good job. Now, if you want to get fancy, BDI, that could have been an up slash to move 2 pixels up. If you recognize you need to go 2 pixels up, just to let you know.
Oh, no. Worst spot.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You're gonna have to do an upright to catch up. Yeah. It's hard. It is, especially when you're trying to go fast and try to minimize how many menus it takes you. And that's why the exercise I was describing before of just practicing in the previous room, of trying to get as many 1 down inputs as you can in a row, as well as ups or uprights, whatever you feel more comfortable with. I can tell you that in the practice hack, you can set it so that the floor doesn't fall down. I have to find it in the options. I couldn't find it before, but I know it's in here. It might just be remove sprites. Let's see what happens when I do that. Oh, I actually have to set it to something. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the floor breaks. No. So that can be it. If you ever wanted to practice this room without the floor breaking, you just have to set something for the remove sprites, and the floor will stay intact for you to practice. Nice last minute sword
Oh.
slash. I saw that, BDI.
Oops.
Be careful when you place the bomb that far right. Sometimes it doesn't work. You want to avoid that. You want to place it as centered as possible. Yeah, same for
Oh,
you,
that
Gab.
was-
Unfortunately,
Oh,
sometimes if the bomb is that far away, it's not going to do what you want it to do.
I got the first menu for the second lineup, and then I was so surprised I completely forgot to mirror.
It's okay. It's okay. You're breaking it down. It's a very tricky room. Gab, I want you to walk to the right and actually like touch the bomb. I want you to be as close as you can to it and try not to place the bomb as far right also. You want to... Like, you guys see how I do not move the bomb too far to the right. So once I do that, I want to be touching it like this. I want to be like on top of the top left part of the bomb. So after I get my placement, I walk to the right and just hug the bomb like that. That's the term that everyone likes to use.
Third time.
Good job, BDI. That was a good one. Nice one, Gab. Good job.
Thank you.
No, you definitely guys are getting more consistent. There you go, that's it. I think. Nice.
This one was close.
Yeah, it was. It was. I will encourage you to switch to bomb or switch to mirror on the very first pause, even if you have more pauses afterwards. You might surprise yourself and then hit it the next time. So it's a good initial setup that you may have a chance that you might menu on it the first time. So I guess I'm not explaining myself very well, but there will be times when you get better at this that you're going to get this on the first try of menuing. So you might as well switch to mirror or switch to bomb on the first time you're doing the lineup, not versus the last time. It's a good muscle memory to set up. That's what I was looking for.
Easy. Oh,
Nice.
I didn't get the goal.
It's okay. All right. It is 8:37, so I'm happy to move to another one unless people have questions. But I think you guys have a good amount to work with, and I encourage you, like, maybe just spend like 2 minutes each day doing that exercise before of trying to move 1 pixel down with pauses or trying to move up or upright, and just do that every day this week for just a couple minutes. It's a very good thing to practice. And
Okay.
if you're feeling frisky, you could start turning those pauses into sword slashes instead. I would encourage pausing for placing the bomb first, but for the second pause menu, that's the one you can really start to add into sword slashes if you feel more confident. And obviously use the one menu for bomb and one for mirror. But if you realize you're off by 1, like you guys were doing, use a sword slash if you can. All right, let's do some sexy statue. I don't
Let's
think
go.
there's too much to go over with this. I just wanted to show you that whenever you pick up a pot right here, You just have to pick it up, and you will pick up the heart or a key or whatever. So you don't have to press up to go onto the pot. Then you'll be able to kind of just turn and get these. And I don't know if you guys really want to get into Sexy Statue or not. I'm more than happy to teach you, but it might be a little bit of an advanced strat to get this down right into upright. It saves like a half a second, but it can be very costly if it does not work out. I was not going for this until like 127, but I figured I would bring it up if you guys were interested in it. Is that something you guys want to learn or try to go for, or you think that's worth skipping for now?
I don't think I'm
Well,
gonna
let's-
go for it until it makes sense to.
Okay. I think that's a fair thing, but I figured I'd at least bring it up.
So you get the heart, then you get the pot here, and then you do.
What you do is, I'm going to stand here, I think. See how I get this down right into upright, like immediately? Yeah, well, it helps when you hit it. Trying to do a sword buffer just to start. That is a little bit quicker of efficiency to, okay. That was it right there. See how it kind of just turned into a down right into a right there? Upright as quickly as possible. It kind of is just a more efficient way to push the statue. And it requires some precise timing as well as spacing of when you want to start. The reason why I'm doing the sword slash is just to get that down right on the first frame. Because in general, I'd be walking down to it and then doing it.
Because Moya, I get stuck here.
Where do you get stuck? That means that you were not low enough. It may also be that you have to be like perfectly. You didn't start against the statue. You have to be lower than where you are. There you go. Try
Like
there.
this?
Yep.
Well, maybe I should
You
remove
should
the
move the
pots.
pots.
So, oops.
I think you also need to start a
Like
little
there.
bit lower BDI. Yeah, that looks about right.
Oops.
It's challenging. It's not something to get immediately. But it definitely looks pretty sexy to do, and when you hit it, it feels pretty clean. But I figured I'd at least bring it up with you guys if that was something you were considering, or you kind of want to try out, and when you get to the point when you're interested in doing it, I'm more than happy to go over it again. But I definitely want to go over the next room when you guys are good, or if you are sick of your
Yeah,
statues.
Let's go.
Well,
All right.
The mimics.
Yes, so how do you guys do mimics? Why don't you show me?
Like this.
Okay.
Then I take one, and then one, and
So
then I go.
I would recommend not picking up the pot arrows unless you really are at 0. I'm hoping you have beams, of course, so that way you can throw it at the statue. But in general,
Mhm.
picking up these pot arrows are a waste of time. Unless you really are
Okay.
at 0 and you have to shoot something at the teddy bear, like BDI unfortunately doesn't have any arrows, so that would be a time I would pick up the pot. Obviously, if I got a drop off of the red mimic, then I would do it. I think what you guys are doing is fine. It looks pretty efficient, so I'm okay with that. But I'm more than happy to show you a few other strats that you could do. What I see as the common
So how many?
strat-
So how
what?
many arrows should we have at the when we get out of this room?
At least minimum 1. If you can sword beam the switch,
Ye-
it is okay to have only 1 arrow for the teddy bear to move the floor,
Well,
the wall. I don't know why I said floor.
the
wall.
GNU. GNU. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I recommend. Try out.
Mhm.
What I want you to do is shoot 1, shoot 2, and then to get this guy lined up, charge your sword and line up, and then shoot 2 arrows, and then dash through him like that. So it should look like that. It helps when you shoot 2 arrows. I'm sorry, I messed it up. That's what I want you to do. Which seems to give me a 607, approximately. I think that's going to make things easier in a way that you're not going to have to attack things too much. Yeah,
657.
657. And CBD, I got a 557. I get about a second difference than that. I do shoot left first. I don't know if that makes a difference, Gab. It's about the same.
Must have just ignoring the the fact that I don't have
Cool.
arrows in the save state that I made.
Oh, yeah. I find that to be an easier strat, and obviously if you do your sword charge the right way, the red guy is never going to have a chance of hitting you. So, that is what I see a lot of most people do if they don't try to do the super sweaty strat. 637. There you go. Getting faster. So I guess what I would recommend is maybe go back. You just compare your time to what you were doing before and seeing if this is more efficient for you.
Six 51.
It's about the same, right? But I think one time you got it like 20 frames faster.
Oh, mine's pretty similar as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think the strat you showed is safer though with the sword slash because I sort
657.
of dodge the fireball with my strat.
Okay.
620.
Gotcha. 620. And that was with your strat, Gab?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I figured I would at least give you an alternate strat. But you know what? The same thing kind of happened when I was showing Sawyer. He said he wants to stick with his strat versus this one. So you know what? I'm 0 for 3. Which is okay. I don't
I'm
mind being...
I'm gonna change to this one I think because it's similar times to what I'm getting.
Oh,
and
okay,
it's
okay. You
just
do like
seems
it,
safer.
BDI? Okay, good to hear. Oh,
It's
good.
just that I need to.
You got to practice it, right? You're learning it new, and you're not
Good.
going as smoothly yet. But no, I totally agree with that. That's fair. I was just teasing myself.
It's just
a
that-
little bit.
Like 619.
Mhm.
It's just that maybe I was doing my strat slowly. Because like at the end of the day, you're still just shooting 4 arrows,
Absolutely.
and you can't shoot another arrow until the last arrow hits something.
No, you're absolutely right.
And so like all the strats should give you about the same time if you do them optimally.
I can tell you that if you really sweat the strat you're doing right now, you should be able to get into like the 520s. If you're like really efficient with
520s.
your arrows. Yeah. Because I can tell you when I do the other strat.
Whoops.
Nope.
Got a 517 there. $537. Yeah, I can get a 520. But I mean, I've seen people get like 456 with a sweatier strat.
Oh, 625.
It's just the moment that I dash.
Got a 533 with the strat I was recommending. 529. That's
614.
Yeah. It comes down to manipulating the mimics a little bit to kind of walk into it. So after you shoot the arrow left, you can kind of hold right as you're shooting the second arrow, and you will get the left one to kind of walk into the arrow a little bit. This is starting to get a little sweaty, I admit. And the goal was to make it as safe as possible.
623.
Got a 532 that time. I think that's my best. Please.
556.
556. Nice.
I think that's my best.
And I mean it when I say this. You could be forever in this room. I think this is one of the hardest rooms to go really fast in. When you start like really trying to sweat.
And yet it's just 3 mimics.
$535 that time. 530? Okay, we're almost getting to the 2x's. Oh, I got the 525 out of that one. So, hopefully I've been recording this whole time. I have been. So, I'm going to assume you guys were going for it at the same time, but you're more than happy to look towards the end of this to see how you can kind of like push them. You kind of like hold a direction to push the green ones into the arrow so you can fire them a little bit sooner.
Is it worth going up a little bit for the red one as well, so he comes down closer to the arrow?
You can, absolutely. Yeah, that looks really good.
If I push dash
It
correctly.
does help to hit dash when you want to, right? Yeah. So I'll bring this up. It's a little bit sweaty to talk about, but I figure I should mention to you. I think we went over this a little bit, but you can actually fire the second arrow a little bit sooner than you think because of how the bow works when it comes out. When the bow is just how do I explain this? You see how long it takes for the bow to just be sitting there? So I can press the bow a little bit sooner even though that arrow hasn't hit the wall yet. And I can get a second arrow sooner than when it hits the wall. Because it's still activated. You see how that second arrow came out? And I'm pressing Y a little bit sooner. And even though it didn't hit the wall, that was a bad example. You have a better chance. Let me just kill these guys and grab some more arrows. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that can
It's a
be to your
question thing.
advantage that you're trying to press the Y button a little bit earlier than when the arrow lands, because the bow activation time is more of a window than just pressing Y one time. As long as the bow is just slightly out, on the second arrow will come out when the first one hits the wall, like when it's like really close in a time frame. I think that's the best way to explain it. So that comes into play here. That comes into play with Landmos. It comes into play with Armos anytime you're using the bow. So it's just something to think about. Okay, let's keep on slugging. How you guys at Turtle Rooms with just before Helmasaur? Do you feel like you are solid at getting that spin attack off the bottom?
You do a spin attack.
Yep. I do a spin attack to kill the bottom row, and then I hammer the two at the top.
I never did the spin arrow. The
Okay,
spin-
so there you go.
spin
I'm glad we're bringing this up. So you
How'd
want to
you
do
do that?
You want to do two hammers, and then you want to do the spin attack. 1, 2, and then you go down to the bottom to do that. Fortunately, the bottom one didn't behave, so I had to do that.
Are you supposed to dash into this room as well, so your sword's already out?
Yes. This is a room that you're going to dash after you
Yeah.
bonk that turtle above you, so yes. That would be a good idea to do as a save state. And if those bottom turtles go down, that's just bad luck. Yeah, you got to be careful to make sure you hit them, because you easily can flip a turtle back over. It's right next to it, unfortunately.
Okay, so you charge a beam and then you get inside the room.
So here, let me break it down for you, Gab.
Please.
So right when my shield is lined up with the turtle is when I do my first hammer. So it's right about there. So let me just do that a couple times for you. And then I walk down to... let me just break down to the second hammer. Hammer, hammer. And that should kill those turtles as well as flip the next set up. Now I move down to about here to do the spin attack. Your spin attack is a square. It's not a circle. So this will... well, it's got to be a little bit lower than that. Maybe because they were bouncing, they actually got away from me. You see how I got all of them there? That ended up being a sword poke, but that's at least the point I wanted to make. And then you just go up and hammer these two. So the first one is to line up with the turtles up here. And I kind of do move a little bit left and down to do the second hammer. I think it's just a mental block, but it just makes it easier for me. And then right about just under the torches is when I release the spin attack. And then I hold up left to get the remaining two. It's a little knack of something, but it's definitely worth going for. It's much fast. It's definitely the fastest strat. A little bit lower.
The left one.
Yeah, a little bit lower
Yeah.
with that one. Oh, if you just held your sword and walked down a tile, I think you would have gotten that one at least. You were very close, Gab. So
It
that's
went
just
down.
bad luck. When he walks, when either of those walk down, you just have to chase after him and fight him. That's just bad luck when they do that. Nothing you can do with
Bad
that.
RNG.
Yep. Again, bad RNG, unfortunately. Yep. And then if you look up, those two are going to be right next to each other, and you can knock those out real quick. That's it, Gab. You got it.
Easy clap.
Easy clap. Very nice. All right. It is
All right.
8:56. Should we try to knock out a couple of Thieves' Town's rooms? Already, Coin Chasers is behind where he wants to be.
Let's speedrun that.
Speedrun. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about Usain Bolt. I don't think it's too bad, but basically, out of the previous screen here, you're going to be dashing. So I just hold my sword the whole time. And then when I go into this transition, I do the spin speed. I pop off this, and the trick is to touch this flower. By touching this flower, you aggro the red guard a little bit faster to go around him. And I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page, that if you touch that flower and then hold diagonal, you'll be able to squeeze by Usain Bolt a little bit easier.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm telling you, touching that flower makes that room so much easier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I was waiting. At the 4 bushes here, and then
Okay.
I went there.
You know what? I'm sure that was only the difference of like a quarter second. I don't think you were going to save that much time. So, and remember, you're holding your sword from the previous screen. So right after you do the screen transition, I immediately hit the spin speed. So right out of here, I'm in spin speed. So that way I can walk here without holding the sword out. So I do it right as soon as I can entering the screen. It'll save you a little bit of time of walking around with the charged sword. Yep, like that. And if you want to get really sweaty, you can do a little bit of air pumps there, but... do you guys both get powder?
Nope.
No.
No. Okay. Where do you guys activate the flute? Where do you stand?
I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
and then I activate the flute here.
Okay. So where BDI is standing is the correct spot, because if you do a flute dash as you activate him, you will actually start running. Or once the animation ends. So if you do a flute dash and then hold A and hold left, obviously, you will dash turn and face left.
Oh, so on the W.
Exactly. On activating the flute, activating the bird, you're going to flute dash, and then just hold A and left. So maybe make a save
I didn't do
state
the
here when
dash,
you
but
get-
I did it there because I thought there was something with the duck animation.
Like this, and then you
You're
hold
gonna
A?
flute dash, yup. We'll make a save state first. Maybe it was too late.
Oh,
But
No, no, it's way too late.
I know. I said it too late. I didn't want you to do the whole screen again. It's okay. Yeah. But yes,
More
you're going to
practice for
flute
Usain
dash when
Bolt.
you activate them. Exactly. And what's good about where
Oh.
you're standing is you're on grid, so that way when you make the turn to get around the guard, you'll be able to be on grid when you want to hit this red path.
So you.
Will you see the
You will not see dust. You won't
Dust?
know until
Yeah,
when it's
okay.
done, unfortunately. If you see dust, that means you messed up.
And then you know hold A.
I would just hold left, and if I see myself walking, I'll start dashing immediately afterwards. That's how I would do it. Looks like you got a BDI. Unfortunately, Gab, I'm sorry you didn't get it.
I think I got it. You can sort of cheat in the practice hack because you can see if the two buttons appear at the same time.
Oh, that's true. That is true. No, unfortunately, Gab. I know it takes like 30 years for the bird to activate, but
They should have a fast bird thing like they have for the walls.
yeah, they should. They should for the practice hack, especially for this strat. What I find I end up doing, especially when I'm going for a zero cycle Argus, I always feel I have to focus on the A button more than the Y button. And it may be different for you. Whatever button you think is going a little bit faster, that's what I try to play around with to figure out why it's not working.
So I didn't know about the dash. I always thought you did it this way because the bird flies off the right of the screen.
I think that's part of it. I do think he has a little bit of a faster. I think it ends up working in your favor. But you're not wrong. I do think the bird leaves the screen a little bit sooner.
But you just press Y and A at the same time
Yep.
and it activate the board?
Yep.
Well, last time, and if it doesn't work, well. Oh,
Okay. We can.
Can you
yeah.
dash turn during this as well if you're still facing up?
Yes.
Okay.
As you are
Doesn't work.
activating the dash, you can dash turn. Yes. Three Musketeers. How do you guys do that screen? I guess it's after activating flute. So let's just make our way over here. I'm referring to, of course, this screen right here. How do you feel about the
I do.
screen of going underneath him to dash out?
mm,
All right, so you kind of
I
just
sort
walk
of do a
again.
slow, safe way.
You go around the right
Can
side.
you-
So this is a good one to go over. So let me show you what happens. I'll give you the easy strat, and then I'll give you the sweatier strat, which I don't think is too bad. You just dash up to here, menu to hammer, kill him with a hammer, and then you can leave the room. So You just dash, dash to break the bush, switch to hammer, hammer him, and then go through. That's a very good fast sweat. One other thing you could do is you can get dash and get underneath him to dash up. And he aggroes to you when he sees you, and when he pauses, that's his demise of you dashing through him. And the key aspect of this is you want to dash up as low as possible. If you go too high and you dash up, well, unfortunately you clink also. But if you go too high and spawn him, you don't have enough space to get under the tree. So the trick is to do it here, right in around like the middle of this tree. And now I'll be able to get underneath him to dash straight up. So let me just go here for you. Maybe pausing at this spot will help you. I think the hammer strat is a very consistent and worthwhile strat if you don't want to do the faster strat. And I believe I did the hammer strat all the way to like 128 for a while. But I figured I would give you options. That's it, BDI. Nice. Yeah, clinking that guard kind of caused some trouble, unfortunately. So you actually did a really good job, Gab. You actually would have gotten underneath him to dash up. You did that so fast that the hammer strat almost failed. So, good on you. Ah, if you just dash turned up right in line with that guard, you had it. You have the timing. That's too high, unfortunately. That you're going to have to menu to hammer. So one thing you could do is always menu to hammer, and you'll recognize whether you can get underneath him for a dash or you have to hammer him. So you can just always menu to hammer no matter what, and then say, you know what, I have enough time. Let me get underneath him, and then I'll dash through him. Or you say to yourself, I don't have enough time. I'm going to need to use the hammer, and now you have the hammer out to get him. I actually do encourage that. Yeah, you just gotta walk a little more to the left. Yeah, you gotta go around that bush.
Okay, so I can dash out of the room.
Yes. That's gonna be a hammer. Ah, you just didn't cancel with the left, but yeah, that's probably a safe thing to do if you accidentally aggro everyone. I agree with that.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are hitting that middle guard a few times. I guess he can kind of turn real quick on you. I'm a little surprised by that.
Hang on.
There you go. Nice BDI. So you had enough time on that one, Gab, to get underneath him to do the dash up, to not hammer. Just to let you know.
So I dash. Dash. So
if
when
you can get underneath him, he's going to aggro to you, and that'll give you enough time. Move a little bit more to the left, so you're out. So you're not in line with that bush, and you have it. That clink is going to wake everyone up, unfortunately. Yeah. So I agree with that. Bail to the right side when if you accidentally clink on him.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hammer. Yep. That one you spawned him a little too early, so that one you're going to have to bop him. No, that's a very good room to practice.
Alright.
Alright, Thieves Town. I was showing people this room after the big key. What I like to do in this room that you're not going to be able to see because I'm going to be under the scaffolding is I actually hold up out of the transition. And I'm looking to see the camera jolt up a little bit. And after I see it jolt up, I immediately dash and then turn to the right. So it's up. And my goal is that way I can immediately dash when I need to. So you see how... Shoot. I can see the camera move. So I'm holding up, I see the camera move, and I dash turn out. That's the first thing I do in this room. So I just move a little bit up. Then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to diagonal through that bubble and then dash out of the room. So you have to trust yourself that even if the guard gets in your way there, you're going to bounce him off of this wall and diagonal through him. Like that. And then you'll be able to dash out of the room. See how I went through him and I didn't take any damage? That's what you have to like believe in yourself about. So why don't you try that? If you have to break it down into a few steps, try that. That looked pretty good, BDI. I only saw the second half, but I like that. Nice. That's it, Gab. Perfect.
Oh.
If you guys have that down. Very important that when you do that first dash up to error on the side of the right, if you bonk off of that wall, you will turn into a bunny. So if something feels a little off and you're not lined up crisp to that left side of the wall, err on the right side if you have to. Or dash like you did right there, BDI. That was very good. All right, let's go for the speed run. You mind if I swap to the next room on you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Conveyor Gibdos. This is a good room most people don't talk about, so I like to bring it up. What I recommend you do is you walk in, you hammer, and then you decide whether you're going to go down or you're going to go up, which is here, if that pathway was open. So if you hammer and kill that person, take the bottom path. If you don't see the top guy move down left, you're going to take the top path. So the only way this top guy gets in your way is if he goes down left like that. That was actually the perfect interaction that he did. So when he does that, you can't take the top path. Any other direction the top guy goes is safe on the top path. The reason why we like to do the bottom path is because the first conveyor, as you can see on the right, goes down. So in order to dodge or go up, you actually have to go really high, because that way when you dash across it, the conveyor pushes you down and you don't get hit by the spike. And then obviously the second thing is this stupid anti-fair. You have to wait for this thing. See how he's going to get in my way like that? You have to wait for him to get out of the way for you to dash. So that's why down is preferable. But obviously if he blocks it like that, I want to take the top path. And by doing the hammer, you can either sometimes kill an enemy, and then the path will be decided for you, or it gives you enough time to decide what you want to do. See how I slid right there? After the anti-fairy got past, I was able to slide past them to take the top path. If the top path feels too dangerous and you don't like it, then if the bottom path is blocked, go below that and go around the statue at the bottom. But I think both of you are capable of adapting and trying to do the top path if they can. As long as you wait for that anti-fairy and you go high enough that the conveyor belt does not push you into the spike, I think you're good.
Like this.
All right, let's see it.
Well,
Yep.
now it's
Bottom
down.
path, perfect. Well, he gave the down left on you, so you couldn't try the So that can happen. They can block both paths, and you won't be able to hit them. Then you're right. Take the bottommost path you can below the statue. That could have been a top path for you, Gab, just to let you know. That also can be a top path. There you go. Nice.
Nope.
It's a pretty tricky room, but I think once you practice and wait for the anti-fairy or find the path that you need to get around the spike, then you're good. But obviously, if you can, preferable to go down.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think this is a good room that a lot of people skip over a little bit. Want to talk
That
about
could have
Hell
been
Hallway?
open.
Then we can call it for the night.
Yes.
Okay. So, the best way to get the pixel is actually not to walk into the room. You want to do a neutral dash, like a key dash almost. when you come into this room. It gives you a much better chance to hit this god pixel that you're trying to hit. So after I come in through this room, I just dash in place and then I press up and I hope I get on the pixel. And if I'm wrong, I'd rather be to the left like that. So that's probably the beginning of this room. And obviously, to get the god pixel, you want to be right in the center, and you'll see that your ears are right in between the black lanes like mine are right now. Now, unfortunately, as both of you have just demonstrated, the enemies are not your friends. You have 3 of these star guys, you got an anti-fairy, and a fire bar. And what I will say about this is,
Easy.
if something, oh, you got it, nice. If
Yeah,
something
that's
is in
what
your
twice.
way, like the second star, for example, you can try 2 different things. One is you could press down, and therefore you cancel your dash, but you stay on the pixel. And if he gets out of your way, you can just re-dash up, or you can move to the right and then dash on the right lane. The right lane is easier to get around the enemies than the left. The left, usually the anti-fairy meets you at the top left statue, because this anti-fairy kind of just bounces back and forth here at the top when you do this. See how he kind of just bounces? He goes down right, up left, down right. He's always in this. And there's something about in that corner that if you try to dash up, he usually meets you here. So when
But
when
sometimes even if you get the pixel, it doesn't work.
oh, you're absolutely
Or I
right.
don't.
And that's why you have to err on the left side if it bothers you, or you have to move to the right. But you're absolutely right. The pixel is not 100% safe, unfortunately. That's why you have to be able to react, if you can, to stay on the right side, and then hopefully make your way to the door. You'd actually be very surprised how much you can nudge on the door. I think as long as you are just a little bit, well, it helps when these guys get out of my way. But I would say, oh my god, get out of here. I don't know
Because
why
you
that
can't
keeps-
do anything about the big starfish.
No, you can't. Sometimes if
Got it.
you dash through the smaller one, it'll get you through the bigger one. But you have to have damaged it in order to do it.
Because it's taking hit.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's taking a hit, it doesn't have a hitbox to hurt you. Exactly. Let me try to reload this. So I just wanted to show you. See how I nudged on that? You should test out for yourself how much you can nudge. Oh man, I don't know why I keep turning invisible when I get hit by a spike. It's really annoying. Oh, I'm getting really bad examples because of this. But I want to just show you. You know what? Let's make a save state here. That counts as a nudge. That counts as a nudge. Like, as long as you are not completely in this conveyor belt, if you're just a little bit to the left, you can nudge out of this door. So as long as you're a little bit to the left of the second to right conveyor, you can really nudge on this door to get out of it. Yeah, that's just really annoying, Gab. I agree.
Oh well.
I know. This room can just cost you 5 seconds because it's brutal. And yes, when he's like in the center, you just want to err on the side of the left as best you can. Honestly, what you just did, BDI, is pretty good. If you guys want, I can make some videos about bombable floor. That probably was going to be the next one I was going to talk about. And I just want to make sure that you're placing the bomb as soon as possible and then slashing up to get out. I guess if you wanted to show me how you guys are doing bombable floor, we can go over that. I feel like the rest is pretty self-explanatory.
Do you?
I'm doing it
What
like
menu?
this.
You're not on bombs when you enter this dungeon, right? You're on hammer.
I actually do not use the menu to bomb effectively. So I actually menu to bomb before this room. So you are correct, though, to answer your question. You are on hammer. And then you have to switch to bombs sometime before
But I
this
do
room.
the menu inside because it helps me know like where the grasshoppers are.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing that
You
as
like
well.
that too? Okay. So what I'll tell you is the reason I don't do it is because I actually do this sword up no matter what, whether the grasshopper's in my way or not. I always do that animation, no matter what happens. So he gets hit that time because he got in the way. He didn't go in the way, but I do that sword slash, and that allows me to time that sword slash to get out of the sword slash allows me to get out of the room effectively when I want to. So that's why I feel like it just
So
feels like
slash straight up, and then
yeah. So I place a bomb as quickly as I can, and then I just slash up and I pick up the bomb.
oh, bomb.
So you want to place the bomb as soon as you can walking into this room. Yeah, 447 seems to be my best now.
$5.10.
All right, let me see how you guys are doing.
Or 457.
457, very good. Very, very good. You got to go between those tables. Yep. You're going to be a very upset Gab if you do that. You want to place the bomb a little bit sooner, BDI. Like really right outside of that door. Yeah. That was almost it, BDI. You just didn't get the dash out properly. That's it. See? 506. You get another 10 frames out of that. I guess a small thing would be that you can kind of walk over the bomb a little bit, so you're picking it up almost off the... I guess that's how I explain it. You kind of walk over the bomb. So kind of like place the bomb down, do the sword up, and then take like 2 steps over it, and then pick up the bomb. Yeah, like that. There you go. There's a 503 that time.
Slow.
It's kind of weird, but you have enough time to kind of step over a bomb and like take like 1 or 2 steps and then pick it up. Do you guys know what I'm trying to say when I do that? Does that make sense? Like I could do it in this room for you. I'll show you the difference if I can like stop turning invisible. That would be really nice. So here are the 2 things that I'm trying to describe to you. One is you guys are picking up the bomb immediately. I want you to step over the bomb and pick it up like that. Like almost pick it up with your butt. So it's bomb, sword slash, and then pick it up. Oh, sorry. Bomb, sword slash, and now pick it up. Well, continue facing right though. That's what I kind of mean by... Sorry, I can't talk at the same time. You'd be surprised how far away you can be from the bomb from picking it up. And that extra step or 2 might actually benefit you. There you go, 457. See? This is a very fun room to sweat. I like this room a lot. I do. I have a lot of fun with this room. Alright. I think this is a good place to call it before Gab falls asleep on us.
Yeah.
You don't have to go as low, BDI. I think that's what was hurting you the most. Oh, I don't dash into that room for blind. Like, you have to be, like, frame perfect and walking into that room to get that dash off.
Really?
Yeah, just walk up into that room. Unless you're going for 123. I wouldn't worry about it.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Alright, buddy.
And
Good
I'll try to have question for you this week.
Sounds good. Good job tonight. You did great.
Thank you.
Bye.
Alright, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Good night. I'm more than happy to stay another 10 or 15 minutes if you want to go over another room or two. Do you have any questions for me? I know we just kind of started the week.
Oh, wow. With this, it's... Oh, it's not. I guess it's just getting used to going out of the door. The down RNG is really tough, I think.
Maybe when... Don't / up as quickly. Like, walk... After you bomb, walk over it and then / up. Like, you're almost on the column. So you want to place the bomb as quickly as possible. Yeah, like that. I think that is going to make it easier for you. Yeah, you're doing like an extra
Yeah, I think it's-
movement by the bomb. It's not as crisp, and that's what's delaying the bomb explosion for you. Don't know how to explain it. That should be much better for you. Yeah. That looked a lot better. Yeah, I don't know. When I do that, where's the bomb explode?
See, the down RNG, I feel like I always get hit when the top guy goes down.
When the top guy goes right and then down, you seem to get hit.
Oh, I think I'm just not going out of the door enough, actually. I might have just fixed it.
Oh, okay, good. There you go. That looked a lot better. I think you're going too low now in between the tables. You just have to kind of slowly go in between them. Ah, that was actually going to be really good. I like that one. That's it. That one looked very clean to me. I like that one a lot too.
I can grab the bomb.
It's sometimes best to bail on that bomb if that happens in a run. Just immediately start placing a second bomb down. There's no reason to chase after a bomb that you're not going to
See
be able
that
to get
like
to.
2 ones ago was the bad RNG that I don't like.
Yeah, there's just like something about it that's not being completely crisp. There you go. That was a good one.
Yeah, finally a sub 5.
I'm holding diagonal against the first table. I don't know if that helps you. Like after you pick up the bomb. That's unfortunately just a part of the crickets that they sometimes can hit you out of it. It's really annoying. I know. There's nothing worse than that happening when you're in a run. Because now you lost 2 hearts because of them.
Like, I'm just trying to rush everything. Like, half the time I'm not getting the bomb out because I'm trying to
No,
push
I
bomb too
hear
early.
you. I know it feels like you're trying to do it in one swoop at the moment, but if you can break it down, it would be a little bit better. Yeah, I guess I don't... When I do the up /, I really try to get it so that way I don't have too much vertical movement. It's just immediately up / and then grab the bomb and hold diagonal. Yeah. But to do it on the right side of that. Yeah, like that. That looked a lot better. That I liked a lot. There you go. I think 454 is the best time. Oh, I did get a 452, I lied. But 454 is really good.
happy with any like 5-1x and not getting hit is
Yeah, I
fine by
know.
me.
That's pretty significant at the moment. I agree with that. 452. Let's go.
I think yeah, diagonally against the table is good as well.
You know
Like,
what?
that
I
seems
didn't
to
realize I did it,
make
but
the
yeah, I
last
think
part
once you
easier.
pick up the bomb, you just hold down right, and that's gonna benefit. And now I know to recommend that for other people. It's weird how certain things are muscle memory, and it's not until you do it that you're like, oh, hold down right. Yeah, that cricket in particular is a piece of poop. Alright, I'm gonna end the recording at this point.